Hi everyone, I'm Sunny from Susan's family. Today I'll teach you how to make the Christmas tree wind chime. The hanging ornaments are crocheted with single strand of Yangtze duo yarn. The pendant consists of 3 parts: crocheting, assembling and decorations. The main part has a total of 8 layers. All parts are crocheted first and then assembled together. Finally, make the wind chime tassels and the top decorations. The main part uses the adjustable magic ring technique for crocheting in rounds. Next, I'll demonstrate the specific crochet method. Let's first take a look at the chart. In the chart, R plus number indicates the round number. H plus number indicates the row number. The stitch instructions column shows the stitch techniques needed when crocheting the current round, including increasing or decreasing stitches. The total stitches column shows all the stitches for the current round, shows the total number of stitches after completing all crocheting. Take the corresponding yarn from the kit. This video only demonstrates the crochet method. For specific yarn, tools, and color schemes used, please refer to the printed chart. Now let's begin crocheting. First, start with a double magic ring. Wrap the yarn like this, making 2 loops around the index and middle fingers of the left hand. Pinch the crossing part of the yarn loops with the right hand. Remove the loop. Hold the yarn with the left hand. Transfer the loop between the index and middle fingers of the left hand. Pinch it. Hold the hook with the right hand. Insert the hook into the large space of the loop. Yarn over above the thread and pull through. Yarn over again. Draw through the loops on the hook. Move on to crochet the first round. Yarn over and make 1 single crochet. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Gently tighten. This beginning chain is the turning chain of single crochet. It does not count as a stitch. The chart shows 5x. It means to crochet 5 single crochets in the magic ring loop. Insert the hook into the loop. Yarn over and pull through. There are 2 loops on the hook now. Yarn over again. Pull through both loops. This completes 1 single crochet stitch. You can see a V shape on the side. This is the single crochet stitch. Take out a stitch marker. Mark the first stitch position of each round. Continue working single crochets. Yarn over. Pull through, yarn over again, and thread through the loop. The second single crochet is done. Now you can see 2 V shapes. These shapes all represent single crochet stitches. We'll complete the remaining 3 stitches. After finishing the first round, enlarge the loop. Turn the work. Gently pull the starting tail. Now you can see a smaller loop. We'll enlarge the smaller loop. The other loop tightens. Then lengthen the starting tail. This tightens the large space of the magic ring. Simply cut off the starting yarn tail. Continue crocheting. After completing the first round, insert the hook into the marker spot. Join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Slightly tighten. This completes the first round. Now continue crocheting. Second round. The V in the chart indicates a single crochet increase, which means working 2 single crochets into the same stitch. First, make a beginning chain. Insert the hook into the first single crochet stitch of the previous round. Work a single crochet increase. This completes 1 single crochet increase. Move the stitch marker. Mark the first single crochet of the second round. Pay attention, everyone. Due to the special nature of the yarn, the stitches aren't very clear. So for each round, the first stitch needs to be marked with a stitch marker. This makes it convenient to count rounds. Continue crocheting. This round consists of 5 single crochet increases. After completing all of them, same as before. Pass through the stitch marker position. Work a slip stitch. Join and pull tight. While crocheting, the side facing towards you is the right side of the piece. To make it easier for everyone to see clearly, I'll demonstrate using a different yarn next. Up to this point, the second round is completed. Continue to crochet the third round. The parentheses in the chart here indicate a group of stitches. Multiply the number outside the parentheses. This indicates repeating the stitch pattern inside the parentheses for that many groups. First, work the first group of stitches inside the parentheses. Start with a chain stitch. 1 single crochet. Move the stitch marker. Then work a single crochet increase on the left stitch. The first group of stitches inside the parentheses is completed. Continue with 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet increase. The second group of stitches is completed. Continue working the remaining 3 groups of stitches. After completing all, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Up to this point, the third round is finished. Then continue crocheting the fourth round. Fourth round, repeat the stitch pattern inside the parentheses as well. The pattern inside the parentheses is 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet increase, then 2 single crochets. Chain 1 to begin. 1 single crochet. then another single crochet, followed by one single crochet increase. After completing, work 2 more single crochets in a row. This is one group of stitches inside the parentheses. This round repeats the stitch pattern inside the parentheses 3 times. Follow the chart to complete all remaining stitches. Next is the 5th round. The crocheting method is exactly the same, only the stitch count differs. We'll complete it on our own. Keep crocheting until the end of the 5th round. Once the 5th round is done, let's count the rounds together. Look at the right side. You'll see raised textures forming circles. Each texture represents one round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This shows the 5th round has been completed. Now remove the stitch marker, directly crochet the 6th round. The chart for the 6th round shows square brackets and curly brackets. This method is quite special. Square brackets indicate that the stitch pattern within the brackets should be worked into the same stitch. Curly brackets indicate that all the stitch patterns within the curly brackets should be treated as one group. Here we need to crochet a total of 7 groups. Please watch my demonstration. First, make a chain stitch to begin. The first stitch in the chart is SL, which stands for a slip stitch. Insert the hook into the first single crochet stitch. Yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop on the hook. This completes one slip stitch. Next is the stitch pattern within the square brackets. We work into the same single crochet stitch on the left side. Crochet 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet. First make 1 single crochet. The next T represents a half double crochet. Yarn over and insert the hook into the same stitch. Yarn over and pull through. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. 1 half double crochet is completed. After finishing, insert into the same position again. Make 1 single crochet. The stitch pattern within the square brackets is completed. Then make a slip stitch on the left stitch. Up to this point, the group of stitches within the curly brackets is completed. We can see the X7 outside the curly brackets means repeat the pattern 7 times. Continue working on the second group of stitches. 1 slip stitch. On the same stitch on the left. Work the stitch pattern within the square brackets. Once completed, make a slip stitch on the left single crochet stitch. This completes the second group of stitches. We can see one group of stitches forms a fan-shaped small lace trim. There are 7 small lace trims in this round. Follow the demonstration to continue working. After the last slip stitch is completed, insert the hook into the first slip stitch, which is this position. Yarn over and make a slip stitch, pull tight. Enlarge the loop directly. Leave a yarn tail of about 5 centimeters. Cut the yarn. As you can see, the crocheted section of the first layer is completed. Next, take the darning needle. Hide the yarn tail into the fabric piece. After hiding it, cut the yarn. Up to this point, the first layer is done. Next, let's learn how to crochet the second layer. Combining with the demonstration of the first layer, complete the first 2 rounds of the second layer. Next, crochet the third round. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Make a single crochet in the first stitch. Move the stitch marker. Next, work a single crochet increase on the left stitch. After completing, proceed to the stitch pattern in parentheses. Inside the parentheses is a half double crochet. Next is TV, which indicates a half double crochet increase, meaning working 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. One. Work in the same stitch. 2. This completes 1 half double crochet increase. Repeat the stitch pattern inside the parentheses 3 times. 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet increase. Then crochet the last group. The stitch pattern inside the box. Once completed, work 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase. Then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. The third round is done. Moving on to the fourth round, we continue crocheting according to the chart. Look! I've completed the fourth round. Now I'll demonstrate the crocheting method for the fifth round. First, remove the stitch marker. The pattern for the fifth round is, repeat the stitch pattern inside the parentheses 7 times. Crochet the first group of stitches. CH means chain stitch. Yarn over and pull through the loops on the hook. This makes 1 chain stitch, 2 chains, 3 chains, 4 chains. You can see the right side of the chain stitch forms a V-shaped braid, while the wrong side shows vertical chain-like strands. According to the chart, pick up the front loop for crocheting. Pay attention to the position of the front loop, which looks like these vertical strands. We pick up one of these strands, indicating the front loop of the chain stitch. After completing 4 chain stitches, turn the work over. Go back to the second chain from the hook. Pick up the front loop of the chain stitch, which is the strand above. Yarn over and pull through. Directly pass through the loop on the hook. 1 slip stitch is completed. Here are 3 slip stitches. Insert the hook into the strand below. Yarn over and finish with a slip stitch. The second slip stitch is completed. The third slip stitch is. Pick up the strand below. Work a slip stitch. Now you can clearly see there are 3 V-shapes here. 1, 2, 3. These represent 3 slip stitches. After completing, turn the work back. Insert the hook into the adjacent single crochet stitch. Yarn over and work a slip stitch, then pull tight. A small tassel is now formed. Continue crocheting. Chain 4. After completing, pick up the back loop of the chain stitch. Work 3 slip stitches. Turn over after completing. Here the chart shows a new letter K. K means skip 1 stitch and crochet in B8. Skip the left stitch and move to the next stitch. Insert into the stitch, yarn over and work a slip stitch, then pull tight. Up to this point, the group of stitches in parentheses is completed. One group of stitches creates 2 small tassels, as demonstrated earlier. Repeat the stitch pattern within the parentheses. Continue crocheting until the end. As you can see after completing the last group of stitches, work the final slip stitch. Skip 1 stitch without crocheting. Insert the hook into the left side position, which is here. Yarn over and pull up a loop, then tighten. After completing the slip stitch, work 1 more chain stitch. Secure by stretching the loop. Leave a tail of about 5 centimeters. Cut the yarn. As you can see, the second layer is completed. Hide the yarn tail inside the fabric piece. Now you can check the number of tassels. After completing the second round, there are a total of 14 tassels. During the crocheting process, it doesn't matter if you miss one, or add an extra. It won't affect the overall effect. After finishing the second layer, crochet the third layer. The crochet technique for the third layer, it's almost the same as the first layer demonstrated earlier, only the number of rounds and stitches are different. Continue crocheting according to the pattern chart. The last round also creates a fan-shaped edge. Refer to the stitch technique shown in the first layer demonstration. For the next fourth and fifth layers, the crochet techniques are roughly the same as the first and second layers. The stitch count varies. Just complete them on your own following the chart. I won't repeat the demonstration here. Combine with the previous demonstrations. Complete the first 5 layers. Crochet the 6th layer up to the 7th round position in the chart. Refer to the pattern chart. Complete the stitch techniques before the 7th round. First crochet the corresponding number of single crochets, followed by 1 single crochet increase. Next, 5 half double crochets and 1 half double crochet increase. After crocheting it yourself, come to the parentheses position. 5F in the parentheses, where F stands for double crochet. The following FV stands for double crochet increase. Watch my demonstration. Yarn over. Insert the hook into the left stitch. Yarn over and pull through. There are 3 loops on the hook now. Yarn over again. Pass through the first 2 loops. There are 2 loops on the hook now. Yarn over again. Pull through both loops at once. 1 double crochet is now complete. This is 5 double crochets. Continue crocheting. After completing the double crochet, continue with the double crochet increase. That is, work 2 double crochets into the left stitch. Pay attention to the insertion point. Both stitches go into the same stitch. This completes 1 double crochet increase. Repeat the stitch pattern inside the parentheses once more. Once completed, there are 5 half double crochets. Next is a half double crochet increase. After completion, it's single crochets. The last stitch is a single crochet increase. Once everything is crocheted, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Up to this point, the 7th round is done. For rounds 8-11 next, complete them on your own following the previous demonstration. Look! This is what the crocheted section looks like when completely finished. There are 8 layers in total, among them, layers 1, 3, 5, and 7. The final round forms a wavy edge pattern like this. Layers 2, 4, 6, and 8. The final round is a small tassel pattern like this. Crocheting is very simple. After completing it, I'll demonstrate the assembly method for you. The assembly part is very simple. First, sew all the main parts together. Attach the bow and hook on top. Finally at the bottom. Make the tassels. There are a total of 7 tassels. Among them, 3 are wind chime tubes, 4 are small balls. They vary in length. You can freely decide the specific lengths according to your preference. After everything is completed, glue the decorations onto the front side of the Christmas tree. Decorate with red balls, gold stars and snowflake motifs. There is no fixed position for them. Feel free to adjust according to your preference. Now let me demonstrate the assembly method. First, take the snow gauze ribbon from the kit. Make a bow first. After completing it, adjust the size of the bow. Then trim both ends. The length is up to your preference. Set it aside after finishing. Next, take the crocheted piece. Take a piece of yarn. Use the needle to sew all the pieces of the Christmas tree together. Note: the yarn for sewing should be identical to the color of the first layer of the Christmas tree. The method is simple. Thread the needle. Insert from the starting point. Leave a yarn tail at the end. Ensure the stitches go from small to large during the process. Sew layer by layer in order. Make sure the order is correct. Once all pieces are threaded, take out the bow you just made. Insert the yarn needle through the center of the bow. Then thread it back through the middle. Note, when reaching the bottom layer, try to insert into the adjacent stitch at the center. This prevents the yarn tail from becoming loose later. After everything is threaded, adjust slightly. Secure the bottom yarn tail with a double knot. Cut the yarn directly. Adjust the position of each piece. Next, take the hook from the kit. Simply attach it to the bow. If it's inconvenient during the process, you can use needle nose pliers. After completing, use a glue gun to secure the bow, to prevent it from falling off. Next, apply glue to the inner side of each layer. For securing, set it aside to let the glue dry. Take the gold chain from the kit. You can decide the length freely here. Note that each chain should have varying lengths. First, let me show you how to make the wind chime tube. Take the large metal circle. Use needle nose pliers to open it. Slide on the wind chime tube. You can position the metal ring joint inside the wind chime tube. It should look something like this. Take the small metal circle. Connect the large metal ring and the chain. Pinch it tight. After it's done, on the other end of the chain, use a small metal circle to connect the chain and the Christmas tree. Simply hook it onto the thread. You can decide the exact position freely. Hide the joint inside the yarn. Conceal it. This is the method for making the wind chime tube. Next, let's learn how to make the small ball part. Again, use a small metal circle. Connect the small ball and the chain. After it's done, on the other end, use a small metal circle to connect the piece and the chain. Simply hook it anywhere. Just make sure it's secure. As you can see, this is how the tassels are made. There are 7 in total. You can refer to the finished product for details. Feel free to assemble them as you like. Finally, glue on the red fuzzy balls. Snowflake motifs. And golden stars. You can decide the amount and position of decorations freely, as long as it looks nice. Up to this point, the making method of the entire pendant is completely done. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.